I had this very interesting vision during worship. In this vision, there was this beautiful woman, and I knew that she was the bride of Christ. And though I wasn't physically the resemblance of her, I knew that I was in her. I knew it all. It came as like I'm grafted in her spirit, like I'm engrafted in part of her garment as the bride of Christ, but in this unique way. So while like me in this bride, and she is walking towards her bridegroom. Now, I knew that this was a heavenly vision that was done in the heaven. I mean, this scenery and the way how everything looked was just so much bigger than the earth. So on the throne was God, and next to him was Jesus Christ. But what was so interesting was the way the bride was walking. Like, you know, when a bride goes down the aisle, she was walking like that down this, but it wasn't the aisle. It seemed like it was a courtyard, this big courtyard. And there were people behind her, like a heavenly host behind her as she was walking down the aisle. But she was walking towards God, and she was walking towards Jesus Christ. And so, but while she was walking, it didn't seem like she was looking at Jesus Christ. It seemed like she was looking at God. And so I want to describe her hair because I felt like the hair like represented something. So her hair was pulled all the way back with a unique bun at the back of her head, and it was like this little clip that looked like what you would wear at a wedding, like a bridal clip. And there was this little tendrils, right? It's just a small amount here. So when she walked down, she said in her mind, "You have found me worthy you have found me worthy." Like she was so thankful that she was found worthy to be his bride. And when she walked down, she kept her eyes on God, but she was aware of the bridegroom Jesus Christ beside his father. So she walked up to the Father, but in her heart, she was saying in her heart towards Jesus, "I'm so glad you have found me worthy." So when she walked down to the it's not an aisle, like when she walked down all the way to where the throne is, and she went and kneeled down before the Father, he put the crown on her head. Once now she's adorned in her wedding garment. She has like a bouquet, like all that beautiful, majestic thing you could think of as a bride, but exceptional. So when God put the crown on her head, then she rose up, because it was like, "Now you are anointed. Now I give you to my son." She rose up, and then she turned towards Jesus Christ. And then the look on her face when she looked towards her husband, it's not like a look you can even comprehend, or if I can even comprehend, or I can even understand, because I've never had that wholeness ever feeling in my life when she looked at her beloved who has deemed her worthy and see herself found that she was worthy. Now, I can't say in my flesh that I'm worthy, because this person, this bride, has already been transformed. She has already been through the pain and was glorified, and is in her glorified body, and knew she was found worthy. So she knew she was found worthy, and she embodied that when she looked at Jesus Christ, and was just so thankful because that he had found her worthy. And then the crown went under the full part of her head, and so that's why the bun was back, because the crown, like, it didn't just sat on top, it kind of sit on her head, that she could bow and it wouldn't fall off. It was the crown of life. It was situated on her head, and it was like, now you are the queen. Now, like, you're the bride, but you're like the queen of heaven for your husband. It was like that. Now it's like the bride and the bridegroom now would rule and reign in the kingdom going forward. It was situated as if like royalty, but heaven's royalty, that now the bride and the bridegroom rule together. So it was so funny the way her hair was hidden. It wasn't out. It also says that like the bridegroom would be the one to pull down. Like I could tell that the bridegroom was going to be the one that took the bun, the way her hair was put up and wrapped around, was going to be the one that took it down. That he was going to be the one that knows all of her secrets and all the atmosphere of who she was. So when I had this vision, it blessed me so much, because there I was caught up and grafted. And I know it felt like I was engrafted into this bride. And there I stood as part of the spirit of the bride, was given to the bridegroom, and we would reign and rule together. I felt it. Everything about this vision was so heavenly. And I just want to say the look of Jesus was all eyes on the bride. There was no other than this bride that he was going to rule and reign with. But I just thought that it was so interesting when she was walking down and she was going to be crowned, that she didn't look at her. It seemed like her eyes was just focused on God the Father, because he was the one that was going to give her to the Son. And so she didn't take her eyes off of him as she walked. And then he crowned her. It was not done until he crowned her. And when he crowned her, it was like the crown was like the bride's crown was like the signet ring, like it represent like that, like a seal. And then he gave her to his son. It was so beautiful. It was so heavenly. And it was just so exciting to know that at the end of it we'll be found worthy. We're grafted in, and we're gifted to Jesus Christ to reign and to rule with him. So may the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord turn his face towards you and give you peace. Amen.